How about that? New video into us here. It is a strike from Israel, and an Iranian television propaganda station during a live broadcast is taken off the air. But Iran now signaling it wants to get back to a negotiating table after more escalation overnight. Pleased to bring in our guests now in a panel. My next guest, Gordon Chang, China analyst, CPAC board member here, and also the author of the new book, Plan Red, China's Project to Destroy America, with us. Brigitte Gabriel, national security analyst. She's the chairwoman, Act for America, and the author of the book, Rise. Great to have you both with us. I want to start with you, Gordon. You know, the thing about China as well is they've been buying, Iran's crude oil. So now we have a situation where Israel's taking out infrastructure. There may not be a potential there for as much export, not a lifeline, despite that pact they had, Tehran and China, back in January. Talk to us about how this weakened Iran is now going to be a serious, even bigger problem for Xi.
In the last several years, Bianca, China's been taking more than 90% of Iran's exports of crude oil. This has been a major lifeline for both the regimes, both Iran's and China's. And what we have seen in the last couple of days, since Saturday, is Israel taking out both gas and oil facilities in Iran. Iran requires that money that comes from China and from others. And this means that the regime is just not going to have the resources to conduct this war, even if it survives the next couple of days. So this is important because a lot of people were saying that Iran's crude oil and its gas facilities were sort of untouchable because countries like China needed it. Well, Israel just showed they're not untouchable, which means that this is a very good development.
A lot of developments, you're right. And one of them, Netanyahu is telling ABC he's not ruling out taking Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei. And there is this report that circulated over the weekend, Brigitte, that President Trump had said that he would veto that. But now here we are. Stakes are high. And now even some of the chief intelligence officer with the Revolutionary Guards and his two underlings are also dead. Your take on where we are as President Trump addressed it at the G7 just a short time ago?
The stakes are very high, not just for Israel and Iran, but also for all of the Middle East. This is transforming the Middle East. And Israel is going to do what Israel will have to do, exactly like what Netanyahu said. I think right now Netanyahu and Trump are playing good cop, bad cop. Obviously, Trump, this is why he gave Iran that negotiating time for 60 days, trying to make a deal peacefully. Meanwhile, we're sending an aircraft carrier to the Middle East, a third one, knowing that Israel is going to have to take action. And knowing that Iran was not going to come to the negotiating table. And President Trump today at the G7 summit in Canada, when he was speaking earlier, about 2 hours ago, he said, look, we gave them the 60 days. They did not want to come to a negotiating, to an agreement. So I told Israel after the 61 days, okay, you do what you have to do. And if Israel does take the Ayatollah out, Trump can always say, look, we stopped Israel from doing it. Israel did it on their own. And you know what they say, it's easier to ask forgiveness than to ask permission.